Greetings and welcome. I'm Dr. Nilsson, founder of Nilsson Holistic, and today we have our Trending Now correspondent, Christian Rodier. And you know, there's a couple of things out there. We've talked about some topics, but one of the Trending Now topic that I noticed out in the news is, in general, people wanting to have better health. So with that, we see McDonald's. McDonald's is actually, the trend is down right now. You know, and for years the golden arches were always trending upwards, meaning basically never closing any restaurants. I mean, we're talking about a behemoth, the number one in quantity restaurants in the world. I mean, phenomenal. And so what's going on there?
Well, the news isn't getting any better for McDonald's. In the U.S., they're going to be closing more stores than they're going to be opening.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a net loss in the U.S. That doesn't mean in the other parts of the world.
Is that the first time?
Yes, in 40 years where the amount of their restaurants has been declining. That's not all that's declining. Their sales declined 1%. And they recently held a meeting with their investors, promising this comeback plan. The investors found it to be nothing more than empty calories, and the stock took a dump.
Wow.
Yeah.
So globally, what's going on? They're still on the rise, but just here in the States, just trending down.
Well, outside the United States, it's a mixed bag. But they're trending down here, and one of the reasons they're trending down is because people are more conscious of what they eat. For example, Chipotle is up. Chipotle,
right.
And all fast casual restaurants that serve healthier, fresher, and more organic foods are doing well, and those who are selling processed foods are just scrambling to keep up.
Really interesting. So, kind of what's always been since the beginning of time was what you said: healthier, fresher food. That's what's trending now.
Yeah.
And people are looking towards that. So you had mentioned earlier, we were just kind of briefly talking about this, but McDonald's, I think you had mentioned they had added to their menu they tried adding more healthy, fresher food, right? Didn't they?
They tried adding more fruits. They tried adding more leafier, more vegetables. But you know, consumers are just not buying it. Another issue is it's not just them. There's other fast food restaurants trying to jump on the bandwagon. For example, Subway and Taco Bell, they're decreasing the amount of artificial flavors,
right,
and artificial colorings they're using in their food. That doesn't mean it's all going away. That doesn't mean it's healthy.
Right.
But they're trying to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic.
Nice, got it. Along those same lines, is there anything else going on with? You had mentioned some other companies trying to do that as well.
Yeah, General Mills also has seen a decline in sales. And as a result...
What are some of the General Mills? I remember some of the General Mills cereals, right? And is that mainly General Mills, the cereal?
Yes, they made that's where they're hurting the most. I mean, they have other things going on for them, but their processed cereals, people have just lost their appetite for them. They know that it's better if you get whole foods, natural foods, without going through this, industrial process. That's why, for example, General Mills announced that they're going to be decreasing the amount of artificial flavoring and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and also colors that they're using in their food. That doesn't mean it's going to be better for you. They're just making tiny little steps.
And if I could say one thing on that, what's interesting is I noticed that when, it's kind of like the filter on the cigarette. So then people think, oh, it must be healthier for you so we can smoke more. And so the point is here, the takeaway isn't to say, oh, well, now General Mills is making their cereal healthier. That means I can eat more. And I see that sometimes with the American public when it was mandated that we get rid of the fats.
Yeah.
And so we increase the sugars and people start, we get more processed foods and then we talked about whole grains, and back in the, the 70s, eat whole grains, so people think whole grains are healthy, so they start eating more whole grains, yet we know that not to be true. So,
speaking of whole grains, they also announced that they're going to be doing a gluten-free version of Lucky Charms, but just because...
General Mills.
Yeah.
Really?
But just because you're the thinnest kid at Fat Camp does not make you Miss America.
There you go. You heard it from the Trending Now correspondent, Christian Rodier. I'm Dr. Nilsson, and this is our Trending Now topic for today. We look forward to seeing you on our next video.